Yo, this club, I am on Yuga Master. I'm going to be showing you some replays today. I'm finally using the new hand trap Dominance Pulse. Dominus Pulse, right? I think that's what it's called. In my Blue-Eyes deck finally. So Dominus Purge, Purge, Pulse. I'm thinking of Impulse, the other one. No, Dominus Purge. Yeah, sure. Some of you were so confused going Dominus Impulse with Blue-Eyes, what the fuck? And when I said that the next video will be on my phone instead of my laptop, I lied. I need my phone battery is low, so yeah. Hopefully there's no lag in this one though. So that was the first time I've ever used that hand trap, which I pretty much turned into... Did I use it for my hand or did I use it from the spell and trap zone? No, I set it down. You're going to see me set it down a lot as a habit, thanks to infinite impermanence. So yeah, you'll see that a lot, unfortunately, where I set it down. Because I wasn't used to it much. I was kind of scared it wasn't going to work, but no, it does. So here my opponent targeted Spirit Fires of blue. And then, yeah, got negated. So then that's all I can do. But the White Son of Ancients and Called by the Grave pretty much saved me. Now I can summon Blue-Eyes White Dragon and summon Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon. But this was a bit of an awkward duel. But yeah, that was the first time I used Dominus Purge. It's not bad, but yeah, I hate how I set it down. I guess I was a bit paranoid about, drawing Ash Blossom, and I just couldn't use it. Because as soon as I use Dominus Purge from my hand, I can no longer use Ash Blossom anymore. So maybe I was paranoid about that, or I just forgot I can I know I can use it for my hand, but I don't know. I think it was just a habit that I set it down, thanks to infinite impermanence. So here I just tried finding whatever, I didn't care. Oh, I gotta scroll down. So I summoned Blue-Eyes White Dragon. I wanted Blue-Eyes White Dragon just so I can use my trap card, Majesty. And with Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon, I got Dominus Purge back, which was pretty cool. Then I could just pretty much keep spamming that as long as, well, my opponent left, but I could pretty much keep spamming that. Just the infinite Dominus Purge, thanks to Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon. But yeah, I'm only running 2 in my deck, so I couldn't really see Dominus Purge much, unfortunately. So in these replays, I have like 11 replays saved, and I think there's only 5 replays where Dominus Purge made an appearance. So yeah, some replays in this video will be me using Dominus Purge, and some will just be like, hey, it's in my hand, and then nothing happens. Just pretty much all the replays where Dominus Purge made an appearance, where Purge went out of the room to say hi to the family or friends that were over. Was just in the room the whole time and couldn't leave because, his mum's friend was over, or his mum's relative, or someone was over, and he just didn't want to leave, but he's hungry, so he's like, I gotta leave. I'll say hi, it's okay. It's an introvert life for Dominus Purge. When I was making this video, he didn't make an appearance much, unfortunately, but at least I was able to see it 5 times. So yeah, I summoned Crimson Dragon. I found a way to pretty much do what I wanted to do. Rumble, Crimson, then Maiden got me True Light, which got me Wishes. This is really good. I found a way to pretty much just summon 2 strong Synchros. So I summoned Sage, and I got Effect Veiler. I've got like all these hand traps now. So I special summoned Blue-Eyes White Dragon. Then I used Wishes. I knew I wasn't going to summon Magia, so I just put Neo instead of Ultimate. So I summoned Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon, and then I, summoned Blue-Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Wait, in that other replay, I mentioned about being paranoid about drawing Ash Blossom, but I just remembered I used Called by the Grave on Ash Blossom, I think. Doesn't matter. I think I just set it down because of infinite permanence. Anyway, so my opponent used Lightning Storm. I made a misplay here. I didn't mean to activate this. I didn't mean to. But it was a habit where I said to activate it. But then as soon as I clicked activate, I was like, no, because Stifler Dragon pretty much protects my cards from getting destroyed. So I was so annoyed, and then my opponent used Forbidden Droplet. And I could have negated that because my opponent got rid of a spell card only. So I could have negated that if I wasn't dumb. But yeah, it was just a horrible misplay, unfortunately. Which led to, getting my monsters destroyed. But that's okay because I can still summon Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragon. And luckily, yeah, here I could negate my opponent's spell card. Stupid Tempai spell card. And that was all my opponent could do, I believe. Yep. Also, it's late at night. That's why I'm a bit quieter than usual. And I'm tired too. Hey, Dominus Purge! Made an appearance, finally. He's out there. He's out there, Jerry. Effect Vela to that link. I was so confused. I was like, why? And then my opponent used the face down. I was like, oh, okay, but still, so here I summoned Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon. So I attacked, and then my opponent used Forbidden Droplet. Can't send any number of cards from your hand and or field to the graveyard. I guess my opponent didn't want me getting a trap card back. Yeah, True Light or Infinite Permanence. But yeah, it was so random. Yeah, I guess my opponent couldn't really do too much, but I made a misplay. But at least I still won. But yeah, we're getting Primite tomorrow. So that'll be a live duels video where I just use Blue-Eyes and Primite. I still don't get the appeal of Blue-Eyes and Primite. But sure, I guess. I'd rather just do what I'm doing now. It'll be good for one video though, but that's it. That's it. I don't think I'll ever use it again. Besides maybe with Dark Magician. I'll see how it is with Dark Magician, but I just don't see the point of Primite and Blue-Eyes. I don't know. It helps, apparently it helps your Blue-Eyes play, the Ash Blossom, your Primite stuff. I don't know. I don't care for it much, but I was the same with Blue-Eyes and Horus, where I didn't understand it, then later I did, so hopefully it's the same where I understand Blue-Eyes and Primite. Maybe if it was Blue-Eyes back then, sure, but now with the new Blue-Eyes support, I'm just like, whatever, man. I can just pretty much summon Magia and Ultimate Spirit Dragon a lot. Usually. Most times I do. So here, well, not here, before I got rid of Spirit. I know the effect can't go through, but I got rid of it because I didn't want to keep it on the field. So here I Synchro Summoned the Blue-Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. And thanks to starting with Neo Kaiser Seahorse, I can pretty much summon Dragon Master Magia on my turn. I set that down as a habit again. I just didn't mean to, but I did. It was just a stupid habit. So a lot of misplays in this video, unfortunately. I negated this, and then my opponent left straight away. What was the plan? I have two monsters here with negates. And by the way, I'm so glad my Fiendsmith opponent left. This opponent was also going to rank down, so I was happy that I destroyed a Fiendsmith player and also ranked down. But what was the plan? Activate the spell card. You hope it went through. I wasn't going to negate it. Of course I was going to negate that stupid thing. Even if I let it go through, I would have negated that monster, the Fiend, that goes to the graveyard anyway. So I don't understand. I just didn't get the point of that. But it was funny. That's why I kept the replay. And plus, Dominus Purge made an appearance a bit. Now that I think about it, I could have just used Dominus Purge on that spell card, but yeah, probably should have done that. Just so it could have been in the video going, hey, Dominus Purge, woohoo! If you're seeing why I'm going, just some of you might notice I'm going first, it's just because I kept these replays I'm showing you right now is where Dominus Purge made an appearance. And it just happened to be where I was going first a lot. I think the next replay I'm going second. So my opponent used Effect Veiler on Spirit. So I used Raw to summon Blue-Eyes Dragon. Bloody Raw. Who remembers Bloody Raw? That was a good PS1 game. So I set down my 2 trap cards. I couldn't really do too much, unfortunately, but here at least I remembered to keep it in my hand and not in my pants. Anyway, so here, yeah, this went through. One of my favorite trap cards. My opponent's using Bestial, and summon that Bestial. My opponent cannot target Blue-Eyes Dragon thanks to True Light, which was nice. So I was like, alright, cool, get rid of my weak link monster. Sure, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Cool. My opponent just kept banishing my graveyard. Just monsters in my graveyard. Summoned that Bestial monster. Got that spell card, and then Link summoned Sprite Elf. I'm just sitting there like that meme. The guy with the veins on his head. Just waiting to use Dominus Purge. I was just waiting, man. I was so excited to use Dominus Purge. And then finally here, I could use it. Finally. Finally. Then my opponent Link summoned this Sprite Sprind or Sprind or... I don't know, man. I don't know. So here I got Majesty. No infinite permanents, which was really nice. That saved me, because I'll show you what happens. So here I used that to destroy the field spell, because, you know, I wanted to get rid of my opponent's spell. Then my opponent activated red screen. And then, yeah, my opponent has to take 1000 damage. Alright, during the end phase. Okay. During my opponent's end phase. So my opponent went to get rid of Anti. But the thing is, because I have Blue-Eyes Dragon with True Light, SP Little Knight can't target 2 monsters on the field. Because here it says you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including a monster you control. You can't target Blue-Eyes Dragon with True Light, so that second effect couldn't go off. So that was really nice. That was very nice. That felt good. That felt good. And then my opponent left. Alright, it's the last replay. Going second. This was an interesting duel. I didn't read a card properly, so... You know, that kind of sucked. But my opponent forgot about Neo Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon, so we both kind of screwed up, but it worked out. I was just glad to see something unique and different. I was thinking, is this that bot where you just duel against that deck that summons that one Xyz monster with Neuromon Dragon and then just tries to inflict 8000 damage, you know, that bot? But no, it was a real player because of the icon and the mate in the icon frame. Then my opponent summoned that Xyz and activate that spell card. I should have read this and the monster here, but I just didn't. Here I meant. This is a bit risky. It's like, what if I had infinite permanence? I mean, I guess my opponent has a negate. So my opponent summoned Titanic. Monster's effect. Is this the negate? Ah, it's just about a monster declaring attack. Okay. See, my opponent got rid of wishes, which I was fine with because I just wanted 1 wishes in my graveyard. So I special summoned Blue-Eyes Dragon. And then I summoned Neo. Then I used wishes to target Blue-Eyes Dragon. I knew I wasn't going to summon Magia, so I just... If I had Ultimate Fusion, sure. But, yeah. So here my opponent negated Spirit, which I was fine with. But I sent Blue-Eyes Dragon from my deck to the graveyard. Then I got rid of Spirit because I didn't want that being on the field. So I special summoned Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon. I attacked. And then I summoned Blue-Eyes Jet Dragon. And this is when I sort of made... Yeah, I just didn't read this part much. Where that happened. So I was like, oh shit, I'm screwed. Because I can't get over 3,500 attack. But at least I got rid of both my opponent's Xyz monsters. Like just 2 Xyz monsters. I have that one. I can get rid of it eventually. And of course I set down Dominus Purge by accident. But I was able to use it, which was nice. Then my opponent activated that and targeted Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon. And then I used Neo to protect Tyrant and then to destroy the Xyz. So that was nice. Both, yep, yeah. And then I summoned Blue-Eyes Jet Dragon and then my opponent left. Yeah, Dominus Purge. Finally. Deck. Tired. Blue-Eyes Primite. Tomorrow. Thanks watching. See you all later. Bye. How unprofessional. See you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'm just going to sit there Blue-Eyes Primite tomorrow. I'm just going to be like, what am I doing? I don't know. I have no idea.